I'm going to show you how I made this. Okay, I'm recording. Everybody quiet. I'm going to record now, okay? Oh, it's going. Gotta go. Sorry.
The biggest issue I had with my old shop was the lack of workbench space and the fact that it was a 10 by 12 shed, but still. So this week I decided that I needed to build a 4 by 8 workbench for the new giant workshop. Okay, maybe not giant, but compared to a 10 by 12 workshop, this 862 square foot shop is giant. As with any project, this one started with a big pile of wood. I mean, maybe not any project. I mean, if I was doing like a welding table or a metal sculpture, I probably wouldn't use wood, but I've never built either of those, so I really don't know. But anyway, this one started with a big pile of wood. 2x4s, 4x4, plywood, and also I got melamine because I wanted to look fancy. Oh, let me show you this real quick. This is a fancy homemade dust collection system. There's a pipe running back there, and yeah, remote control start. It's only running the miter station right now. But anyway, I started by cutting down all the lumber. I started with the 4x4s, cutting each of those to 31 inches. And then I went to the 2x4s, cutting those to 45 inches. And once I finished, I had this big stack of wood. Once the lumber was ready, I started on the bottom shelf. Now the bottom shelf needs to be smaller than the top. That way you don't bust your shins on it every time you walk through. So the plywood is cut down to 93 inches, which I did with my track saw earlier. I just forgot to film that. The aprons are cut to 96, and the smaller aprons are cut to 45. Now I'm measuring out 3.5 inches on each end to allow room for the 4x4 legs, because this shelf is inset, so you know, save your shins. Then I secured each run with a number 8 3-inch wood screw. Once the entire frame was finished, I secured the shelf just by using, well, drywall screws all along the, as much of the frame as I could, you know, just making it sure and true. And then I decided to do a little jig for you. Okay, now on to the top. This one will be just a standard 4x8 frame, so a piece of 4x8 plywood will fit on it. Little known fact, the melamine that I bought, I don't know if it's all melamine, but the Home Depot melamine is not actually 96 by 48. It's 97 by 49. Don't know why, it just is. But that did allow for me to have a 1/2 inch overhang all the way around, which I think turned out pretty nice. Now, on to the talking idiot.
I've got the bottom, that's the top frame, and the bottom frame there, ready to go. Everything's cut up. The plans that I got this from, it's actually a different YouTube channel. Blue North is the name of his channel, and he has the plans for free. They're really good. I'm going to alter them just a teeny tiny bit, I think, but I haven't decided yet. So if you want the plans, I'll link his channel. You can go to his channel, get the plans there. His plans call for you to put the top down on the ground, secure the top to that, and then build it that way. But I got, instead of plywood, I got melamine. I don't want to scratch it up. So I got to figure out how, should I just go ahead and assemble this? Flip it over, then put the top on? I think that's my best option. We're going to do it like that. Yeah, we're going to do it. Here we go.
We're gonna do it like that. With the top frame on the ground, good grief, look at this shot. It's like 10 feet away. There's a miter saw in the way. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, folks. I'm rusty. I will get better at this, I promise. Just stick with me. Subscribe, like, comment how terrible this shot is. Anyway, with the top frame on the ground, I took the cutoff from the lower shelf and placed it underneath the frame to make sure that I could get a flush fit with the melamine top. Then I took the 4x4s, clamped them to the frame, made sure they were flush on the bottom, and secured them with 4 screws, 2 on each side. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I'm using 3-inch number 8 screws, available wherever screws are sold. Or, you know, go to your neighbor, steal them. I'm not encouraging thievery. Anyway, with the legs installed, I clamped down a temporary shelf to make adding the bottom shelf easier. Originally, I only clamped this on, which I thought would hold plenty, but as soon as I tried to add the bottom shelf, it fell. So I ended up using a couple of screws to fix that issue. This temporary shelf would later be removed once the bench is complete. You could leave it if you really wanted to, but why? Maybe you put the screws in the wrong spot. Maybe you can't get it off. I mean, That's an awkward thing to say. Now this is the part where you're going to want to call a friend, or in my case, my very sexy wife, who just happens to be as strong as she is sexy. And she's pretty dang strong, if you get what I'm saying. I think my wife is sexy. As a united team that we are, we lifted the bottom shelf and we slid it into place. The legs are going to go inside, and then those little 3.5-inch jut outs will be on the outside. You secure it like that, and it's going to fit right on there, just no problem at all. It's going to be perfect fit no matter what, unless you're like me and you're a little off and you end up having to use a hammer to fix it. I'd show you that, but my camera died and we have to go to this. Just trust me. Once we secured the shelf down with more 3-inch number 8 screws, we were able to add 4-inch casters with locks on them, to keep it from rolling away. And then we flipped it over. Once we had it flipped over, we were ready to add the melamine top. Now, this is a very slick material, and if you're not careful, it will cut your hand, like it did my wife. I had to take her to the hospital. I'm just kidding. She's fine. But unfortunately, my camera did run out of memory space, and I did not get any other footage of it being assembled. So, instead, how about this? Sexy voice. Now for some sexy B-roll. I've been using this a few days, that's why there's stuff built up on it. But I look sexy as can be when I'm on top of it. Look at me, they're coming out of my hidey. Oh God, I'm humping it. I'm so sorry. I did not know what is happening. Oh my God. Oh Lord. I'm dead. Oh. So as you can see, we've got it all set up and ready to use. There is a table saw table that I did not build. I bought. It was too cheap. I had to buy it. That actually inspired this whole project to be done with the melamine top. So now I've got the table saw table straight off onto the outfeed / assembly workbench table. I added a small shelf over here just for some little storage, and it's a shelf that I found in the house when we moved in. And then down here on the other end, I've got all my stuff so I can do the voiceovers. It's not just my workbench, it's also my work table, my desk, car going by, hold on. My assembly table, my computer desk, my spot to sip my coffee. Plus the kids are loving it. It's so big, I can lay down underneath it. We could camp on this thing. Maybe I should be able to camper. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. The plan for the channel going forward is we're going to have a video every 2 weeks, I'm thinking. That'll give me time to do a project, stuff like that. Next video, maybe we'll do every week. I don't know yet. We're going to figure out something. New videos coming soon with the plan and everything for the channel. Next video, we're going to be making a crosscut sled for that table saw. And then we'll start on some projects. If you got a project idea, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Just let me know. I'm kind of bored. I like to talk to people. All right. Hope you had a good week. I will see you soon.
I cannot wait until I am an old person so people can push me around in a buggy and I can poop in my pants. I'm serious.